I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock. Trying to figure out what I want to do today. Here's an example of where I say if I'm doing like something where it's just stupidly like 3 notes in a row, I'll mix them up. But if I do something complicated, I'm usually okay. I'm gonna put the drum loop on half time now. So that's basically my metronome until I actually play drums. That sounds like a verse to me. I'm gonna split the difference here time-wise because I think the verse is okay, but the chorus sounds a little dragging. So I'm gonna go to 140. All right, I'm gonna track. Got through the whole thing, no problem. Go figure. If I was just simply going, I'd start playing the wrong chord in the middle. But that's how I am. Okay, so let's see. Can I tell where the parts are? Yeah, it looks like I can. So that's my all the way through playthrough for the guitar, main guitar. Probably keep saying for a while. I used to do a lot of things like all the way through on the guitar, like every freaking overdub to the point of ridiculousness, but processing all the 4K videos on top of each other is just not good for my computer, so I just decided I'm just going to do the one guitar, and while I'm doing the video part where you can see me putting it down, you know I'm doing overdubs, big deal, so yeah. Oh, by the way, yesterday when I was doing the video, I said I had this really weird muscle pull in my back. I don't actually think it was a muscle, I think it was a nerve. I had a bike crash few years ago where I got clotheslined by a tree that fell on a guardrail, and my shoulder pinches the nerve every so often, so I think it was one of those. It just kind of like hit it in a different way. It felt like a muscle pull, but I was like trying to hit it with a massage gun and nothing, like I couldn't feel a thing, but it like hurt underneath, so I think it was a nerve thing. So I'm just going to get that section, and that way I can copy paste it, you know. You know what? I'm going to recut those because it's just not that tight. Too sloppy before. There's an A, then I need the B. Low-tech pitch raise. Be right back. So, let's see. I don't know what I want to do next. Good enough to go on to just drop a guitar solo. Took a few tries. I kept missing the key change back to A minor, and I eventually just got fed up with it. I kept thinking it was a measure later, so I just put a marker here. Yeah, that got me through though. All right, twice, that's that. So this is Shreddage 3 Hydra. In this case, I'm literally just using the amp modeling in the plugin. So this guitar library has a whole bunch of amp modeling in it, and it ain't bad. Pretty new 6-string bass versus the 4-string jazz bass I've been using for years. I got this with the idea that I'd take the high strings, put EADG, just like it's a 4-string bass, and then instead of traditional tuning, this is just EA dropped an octave, so I can play along with some of the ridiculously low-tuned MIDI stuff I've got. Alright, I kept making dumb mistakes, so I pieced it together after failing a few times. Gotta know when to just say, screw it. So, like, I kept getting through, like, an annoying point to cut off, either, like, here or in the middle of the second chorus, and I just forget what I was doing. So, at that point, I was like, I'm just gonna play to the first chorus, play to the second chorus from the second verse, paste that because it's the same, and do a little tag at the end. And here we are. It's a pain to edit the video that way, more so than just plopping the whole track on, but at some point it gets, you know, it's not worth it. So, bass is done. I'm gonna turn these MIDI things back on. Should sound pretty cool now with the bass there. So, I just did the drums, and I played a kind of a weird part for the first half of the first verse. Reason being, I'm going to split, drag this here, and what I'm going to do is put something... What's the one I was using before? I might not want to see it. So I just came back in, got a little bit of hydration, and pulled up these lyrics. I am looking at them, and I have this really short little chorus and then a longer verse, and I'm thinking I want to do a longer verse as the chorus. My camera battery died just as I was saying. I just had to copy paste the last chorus on there on the lyrics. So I did that. I threw this on the charger. I've got an alternate power source for when that happens, and it plugs into the wall. I would use it the whole time, except it's got a ground loop hum. It's actually not that big a deal when I'm talking because I can just crank the mic gain, and then when I use Final Cut to edit my video, it's got this voice isolation tool that actually really works. It just gets rid of that. So it's a little bit strange, but it's not bad. Unless you like point it out, it probably won't even notice most of the time. So anyway, I've got that thing cranked on this part of the video, and the audio might just sound a little different. And actually here, since future me is editing the video, I'll just leave it go for a little bit, and I'll just turn off the thing and you can hear the ground loop hum. So there it is. Yeah, if you use Final Cut, the voice isolation tool gets rid of that pretty well, as you can hear while I'm talking. You got to crank the mic gain a bit and make sure the talking is pretty prevalent though, but it seems to pick it out and isolate it really well. I'm going to do the ending here. The lyrics I put down are going to be copy pasted to the bottom of the description box if you want to see what the heck they are. The middle of my description box has where you can find me online, purchase and stream my music, and I've just got a big paragraph there listing all the places is. I was going to keep going, but it failed. It's a bunch of stuff like iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, etc. At the top of my description box, I have a link. I always say it's Christian rock in the beginning of the videos, or usually I do, by habit at least. I don't talk about it too much except just to mention that's there. It's really good teaching. There's a lot of bad subjective teaching online. This is contrasting all of that because it's really good teaching. So it is just, what does it say? What were the writers intending? Grammar translation from the original languages, and just getting to the actual meaning without I don't know what word I was going for there, but they're not loading on traditional denominational stuff, text out of context, or whatever other thing most places do. So it's just good teaching. I say, hey, check it out if you want to. That's why it's there. I'll be out tomorrow writing a song. I come out every day. I'm just going to wrap it up. Real quick ending here. So thanks for watching. This one came out decent. Little secret is I don't usually like most of the songs I do right after the fact because I hear all the mistakes. It takes a few days, and then listening back, I'm like, oh, okay, it's better than I thought it was. Just keep that in mind if you're writing stuff or whatever you're doing. It sometimes takes a little bit to realize what you did is actually okay. Anyway, little mini creativity advice there. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Pride next